Hello and welcome to Jim McAbee Field. Night Uratzi, happy to be with you this afternoon. Apologies for the late start. Was running into Medford. Got here 2 hours beforehand, and honestly, anything that could go wrong went wrong. Our canopy broke, cut my hand open, cut open my knees. Trying to get all the equipment in order, and we're finally able to get it going right before first pitch. Did not have an opportunity to run down and get an interview with Coach Sustair this morning because I was still setting up and literally just got the equipment set up in time to get this game on air. Did just get the lineups in my hand. We're about to get set for first pitch. Freeman Roundtree is going to get the start for Medford. He is on the mound, a right-hander for the Mustangs. Medford is 8-1 on the season. Roseburg 0-4, although they've been really competitive in each of their first 4 games. Tough loss in the last one, a 6-5 loss against Fairfield. That was on Monday at Champion Car Wash Field. And for Roseburg in that game, they were leading in the 9th inning. It was a 9-inning game. They could not get the victory against the Expos. Giving up a total of 4 runs in the final 2 innings, and that was the damper to their day. They led by 3 runs going into the 9th inning, but unfortunately could not pull away with the victory against the Expos, and they dropped to 0-4 on the season. The good news is that they have been competitive in each of their first 4 games. Played a really good Portland team last week, and Portland team with a lot of players that were first-year college guys that were able to come back and play Legion baseball for 1 season. And so they were facing off against them. Really good Portland Barber squad, and they were able to be competitive in each of those games. They lost them, but the second game, 4-3, a loss for the Ducks. Nonetheless, a valiant effort. Now they face off against Medford, who split a doubleheader earlier this week, facing off against Grants Pass, a league opponent. This is the start of league season for the Dr. Stewart, so we'll see what happens this afternoon in a doubleheader. We are going to be streaming both of these games, so we do have game number 1 coming up right now, and then game number 2 later on after this one is over, about 30 minutes after the conclusion of game number 1. So, on the mound is Freeman Roundtree. Stepping into the box for the Dr. Stewarts is Paxton Burke. Burks is going to be the shortstop this afternoon, as the Docs are wearing their blue jerseys. The orange numbers will come up to the plate. Burke takes the pitch outside, and we're underway at 2:34. So a little bit later than scheduled. Honestly helps us out a little bit here. 1 ball and no strikes to Burke. He takes pitch outside. Now 2 balls and no strikes. So Burke is leading things off. Logan Anderson is in the 2 spot. Cal Robbins is in the 3 hole with Withers in the 4 spot, Johnson in the 5, St. Clair in the 6, Danner Wirtz in the 7th, Taj Floor in the 8th, and Fletcher Coleman in the 9 spot. Pitch is in for a strike to Burke. 2 balls and 1 strike from Roundtree. So a pretty good lineup the Docs are putting out there this afternoon against Medford. Pitch to Burke. He lines it out towards left field, and it's down for a base hit. The Docs have their leadoff hitter aboard here in the top of the 1st inning. Burke was a midseason call-up last year for the Docs. In fact, going into the tournament here at Jim McAbee Field, it was the Coach K tournament, which is actually going to be played at Eagle Point this year. Burke got called up right before it and really broke out for the summer, stayed with the Docs the remainder of the year, and had a pretty good summer with the Docs. Continued it this past year at Roseburg High School and was an all-state selection. Bunt shown as it's bunted right back to the pitcher. Roundtree, he goes to first to retire Anderson for out number 1. Burke advances to second on the play. So 1 out, a runner at second, and Cal Robbins will step up to the plate. Robbins, another Roseburg guy, although after this summer he'll be heading off to Idaho. His dad, Jeremiah Robbins, just accepted the job at Lewis Clark State College. So he's going to go back there where he coached before, and he'll go and be playing the remainder of his high school career in Idaho. He takes the first pitch for a strike. No balls and 1 strike from Roundtree. Cal, an opportunity for an RBI to bring in his teammate Paxton Burke from Roseburg. Pitch to Robbins. It's blooped out towards right field. It's dropping down, and it's going to be down for a base hit. Rosenthal in right field. was acting like he was going to catch it, and that held up Burke at second base, so it's going to be a bloop single for Robbins, as now runners are on the corners for Roseburg. Brings up Daniel Withers. Withers, a returner for this Dogs team. Spent this past season at Umpqua Community College and now is back with the Doc Stewarts. Roundtree's first pitch. Withers fouls it off. 0-1. You got Sickler out in left, Easton Curtis in center, Rosenthal, who you heard, out in right. McFall is the third baseman. Bloodworth at shortstop. At second is Keegan Painter. Pitch into Withers. It misses the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brady Patterson is catching behind the plate, and at first base is Tristan Valeri. Pitch is popped up in the infield by Withers out towards the left side. Bloodworth, the shortstop, comes in and makes the catch for out number 2. Runners on the corners, 2 out, 0-0 the score in the top of the first inning. And here is Jake Johnson. Johnson, the Southwest Conference Player of the Year from Roseburg High School. Really good two-way player, and he'll get the start on the mound. Johnson grounds the ball through the right side, and it's going to be an RBI base hit for Johnson. Stopping at second is Robbins, and the Doc Stewarts take the lead here on the top of the first inning. It's 1-0. Third hit of the inning, and it brings in the first run. First pitch to Dayton St. Clair. It's a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, thanks for bearing with us this afternoon. I apologize for the late start. We're looking to get everything rolling by hopefully the second inning. Still writing in the lineup as we speak. Pitch to St. Clair is inside on the 1-0, and both runners are going to advance as the ball gets past the catcher, Patterson. So now 2 runners in scoring position. Johnson at second, Robbins at third, with Dayton St. Clair in the box. A chance to stretch this 1-0 lead to 3. St. Clair, another Roseburg guy on this Dr. Stewart squad, coached by a Roseburg assistant coach in Tim Sester. St. Clair lines the ball down the left field line, and it slices foul left of the line. 2 balls and 1 strike to St. Clair. St. Clair going to be in center field. The 2-1 to him. He takes it for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 on. 2 in scoring position for the Docs as the Stewies look to stretch the lead to 3. Pitch to St. Clair is up and away, and the count goes full. So a full count. Robbins at third, Johnson at second, with St. Clair at the plate. A lot of Roseburg Indians in this starting lineup. Payoff pitch from Roundtree. Swing and a miss, a strikeout to St. Clair, and that's how the inning will end. 2 left stranded after 3 hits, 1 run, and no errors. We're now headed to the bottom of the first inning. The score is 1-0. Doc Stewart's with the lead. You're listening to Doc Stewart Baseball here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. And playing for all the past veterans who have served. We're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
Bottom of the first inning, the score is 1-0. Roseburg with the lead. Knight Uretzi with you this afternoon. Again, apologies for the late start. Still writing in the starting lineup at the moment. It's been a hectic morning, but we're happy to be here and happy to have some baseball on the score. The Indians, not the Indians, the Dr. Stewarts, I should say, are leading right now. 1-0 thanks to an RBI base hit by Jake Johnson. And guess what? Jake is going to be on the mound as Johnson gets the start for the Doc Stewarts. The graduated senior from Roseburg High School. Where he's headed, it's still left to be determined, but nonetheless, he is the Southwest Conference Player of the Year. Had a phenomenal season on the mound and as a hitter, and so he got the Player of the Year honor, not just the Pitcher of the Year honor. Into the box to start is Easton Curtis, the North Medford product. Johnson's first pitch to him. It's whacked out towards left field, and it's a base hit for Curtis. It's the young man who just graduated as well, playing back at his home ballpark as a leadoff single for the Medford Mustangs. So runner at first for Jackson Rosenthal, right fielder. He'll be followed by Keller Bloodworth, Sean McFall, Tristan Malari, Grady Sickler, Keegan Painter, Brady Patterson, Easton Douglas. Throw back towards first base. Back there safely is Curtis. Curtis is a quick guy. Going to want to keep an eye on him. Johnson kicks in, fires a pitch that's popped in the air out towards left field. Long run for Fletcher Coleman, and he watches it go foul out left of the line. The right field here is pretty short in comparison to the left field foul territory. A lot of ground to gain on that left side of the field, and Coleman couldn't track it down with the wind blowing out towards left field as well. No balls and one strike. Johnson out of the stretch. Deals, and it is in for a strike. 0-2. Johnson gets ahead, and that's something that we saw a lot from him this past season with the Roseburg Indians, is him just getting ahead of counts early and attacking batters to start, even in the first inning. Pitch from Johnson is fouled away. Do the 0-2 again. Medford 8-1, lost their first game earlier this week to Grants Pass. This is the first league game for the Docs. The 0-2, it's looked at, down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Defensively for the Doc Stewarts, Fletcher Coleman in left, Dane St. Clair in center, Taj Flora in right. Dan Withers is at third, Paxton Burke is the shortstop, Logan Anderson the second baseman, Tanner Hortz at first, and Cal Robbins is catching. Pitch in from Johnson. Same spot, down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out, a runner at first base. In the bottom of the first, 1-0, the Doc Stewarts with the lead. Johnson fires in a 2-2 pitch that's popped in the air out towards left field. Coleman backpedals, and it's over his head. He was trotting back, and it just kept going over his head, and it found its way all the way to the wall. Curtis is around third. The throw comes in from Burke, and it's not going to be in time. It's an RBI double for Jackson Rosenthal as the Mustangs tie the game at 1. Mentioned it, the wind is blowing out towards left field, and it just kept carrying for Coleman, and he couldn't find it. So it's going to be an RBI double, the second hit of the game on back-to-back batters for the Mustangs. Now runner at second. Nobody out. 1-1 the score for Keller Bloodworth. Bloodworth, a right-handed hitter, gets into the box. He shows bunt. Bunts it to the third base side. A pretty good bunt, but it rolls left of the line. Foul. Really close one. Looked like it was going to stay in fair territory, and then after about 4 or 5 hops on the line, it bolted to the left. No balls and 1 strike. So Rosenthal at second. Bloodworth, the shortstop, into the box with an 0-1 count. Johnson steps off the mound. Realize I have to readjust the camera as the cameras took a tumble as well this afternoon right as we were setting up. And so, again, everything that could go wrong certainly went wrong setting up here at North Medford. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. Johnson gets ahead. No balls and 2 strikes to Bloodworth. Johnson comes set at the waist. Had no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Just off the edge of the plate. Was looking for the black and could not find it. 1-2. So we will have the multi-cam view in just a second. Couldn't get the starting lineups in as well. It's that type of day. The 1-2, it's line down towards left field. Fielding it in left field is Fletcher Coleman. Rosenthal ends up at third base as the throw comes in quickly. 3 straight hits the start for the Mustangs. Runners on the corners, nobody out. In the bottom of the first inning, 1-1 the score. Mustangs looking to take the lead. Brings up Sean McFall. So McFall coming up to the plate. Third baseman this afternoon with runners on the corners in this 1-1 game. Pitch in is low. 1 ball and no strikes to McFall. A lot of Roseburg Indians playing today. You got Danner Wirtz at first, Cal Robbins at catcher, Johnson the pitcher. Ground ball to the left side. Burke Fields goes to 2 for 1. The throw to first base. A double play. The Knocks turn 2, but a runner comes in and scores from third in Rosenthal. The Mustangs take the lead. It's 2-1. But now the bases are empty and 2 outs. So Tristan Malari will now come up to the plate after the 6-4-3 double play. First pitch is in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. It is the dirt field that the Docs are playing at. A lot of their games so far have been on turf. This is an all-natural field in Medford. Decently warm day, 82 degrees the temperature in Medford. Pitch is high. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Looks like a little bit of smoke out in the distance on the Applegate Mountains. The 2-0. It is looked at for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike from Johnson. Johnson winds and fires 2-1. It is fouled away towards the first base side. 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in this 2-1 game. 5-hole hitter in Tristan Malari at the plate, a young man from South Medford High School. 2-2 pitch from Johnson. Grounded right back up the middle. Diving play by Burke, but he can't get to it. It finds its way into center field, a base hit. It's the 4th hit of the inning for the Mustangs. Of their first 5 batters, 4 with hits. The one that did not get a hit was a double play, and that's the reason why there's 2 outs. A rare struggling first inning for Jake Johnson as the wind picks up just a little bit here in Medford. First pitch. In for a strike. 0-1 to Grady Sickler. Sickler is the 6-hole hitter. Right-handed hitter for the Mustangs. Here's the 0-1 from Johnson. It's popped in the air out towards center field. St. Clair maybe moves a step towards his right, and he makes the catch. Then the inning. Well, Medford has a total of 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 left stranded, no errors defensively for the Doc Stewarts. We now head to the top of the second inning. The score is 2-1, Medford with the lead here on 541radio.com, and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking to expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Top of the second inning, the score is 2-1. Medford with the lead here at Jim McAbee Field. Special thanks to our sponsor, Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson and Company, member SIPC. Special thanks to Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Did not get a pregame show, but they are the pregame show sponsor. Apologies again for the late start. We are off and rolling. So into the box for the Doc Stewarts is Tanner Wirtz, the impressive freshman who's heading into his sophomore season at Roseburg High School. He takes a pitch down low, 1 ball and no strikes. His dad actually helped me a little bit as I was struggling trying to get the canopy up after it had broken. 1-0 pitch is in for a strike at the knees, 1-1. So special thanks to Tanner's dad, and man, what an illustrious career he's had already. He's a big boy, and he's only 14. Swings and misses. 1-2. Danner, Taj Flora, and Fletcher Coleman do up. 7, 8, and 9 against Roundtree. Roundtree delivers the pitch that is chopped softly towards the third base side. Picking up is the third baseman, McFall, and the throw is in time to retire Wirtz. So a really nice play. We'll put it out on the board. Nobody on and 1 out in this 2-1 ball game in the top of the second for Taj Flora, the Sutherland Bulldog. So Freeman Roundtree is on the mound. He is a Lower Columbia Community College product. First team all SOC this past season. Flora flies the ball out towards right field, and it is fouled away. 0-1 to Flora. Honorable mention, All-State selection was Roundtree from Ashland High School. 0-1 pitch. Flora takes it inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Flora out in right field this afternoon. 1-1 to him. Tomahawks it foul. 1-2. It is a windy day. Gusts of wind blowing out towards left field, and that smoke in center field on the mountains just getting more and more filled. As the pitch is in for a strike. Strike 3 called to Flora. 2 outs. Brings up Fletcher Coleman. Coleman, the left fielder, he primarily was a right fielder with the Indians this past spring. And now he takes a pitch high. 1 ball and no strikes. Coleman 3 for 6 and as it bats to start the season, takes a pitch outside. 2 balls and no strikes, 2-1 the score, 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the second inning. Pitch to Coleman. Misses the zone again. 3 balls and no strikes. He's not the biggest guy. As he stands in the box, the left-handed hitter rattles the bat. 3-0 to him is in for a strike, 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Fletcher Coleman, taken all the way on the 3-0 pitch from Roundtree. Future Red Devil fires in a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Roundtree has worked the count full. He delivers. Coleman flies it out towards center field for a base hit. It takes a weird hop, and Easton Curtis does a good job managing the hop as it looked like he was rolling towards the alleyway, and then all of a sudden it jumped off the ground and went out towards dead center. Curtis retreated and kept it a single for Coleman. So runner at first after the 4th hit of the game for Roseburg. Each team with 4 hits to start an offensive explosion. Paxton Burke back up to the plate. He swings at the first pitch and pops it up out towards the right side. Keegan Painter, the second baseman in the outfield, makes the catch to end the inning. 1 left stranded after 1 hit in the inning. No runs and no errors. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning. The score is 2-1. Medford with the lead. You're on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Looking to expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Bottom of the second inning, the score is 2-1. Medford with the lead. Special thanks to our sponsor once again, Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Our proud pregame sponsor. Unfortunately, we were not able to get that in today as we had a late start here in Medford. First pitch from Jake Johnson here in inning number 2 is down and away to Keegan Painter. 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson winds and fires the 1-0 pitch. Chopped foul, 1-1. So 1-1 to Painter. Painter from South Medford, first team All-Southwest Conference this past season with the Panthers. Johnson's 1-1 pitch. It is flying out towards right field, and it is out of play. More and more smoke coming from the mountain center field. I remember being down here last summer with the Ducks for that Coach K tournament, and there was a big fire out in center field. Not necessarily in the center field area, but out past center field into the mountains, the Applegate Mountains. The 1-2, it's softly hit out towards right field, and it is a catch made by Logan Anderson. So 1 out and nobody on for Brady Patterson, the catcher from North Medford. Patterson is in the box. First pitch from Johnson, a breaking ball that's chopped right back up the middle. Robbins Fields throws the first and retires Patterson, his counterpart. So 2 up, 2 down to start for Johnson as he settles in a little bit here in the top of the bottom of the second. Brings up Easton Douglas. Douglas, the DH, a catcher from South Medford High School, second team All-Southwest Conference this past season. Johnson's first pitch to him, it's outside, 1-0. So you got a couple of all-leaguers facing off against each other from the Southwest Conference here during the Legion Ball season. 1-0 pitch from Johnson. It's high, 2 balls and no strikes. A rare DH in the 9-hole, but that's what the Mustangs are running out. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Certainly a warm day in the Rogue Valley. 3-0 pitch from Johnson. It is looked at for a strike. 3-1. Gotta say the fire out in the mountains has maybe doubled or tripled in size in this past inning. Certainly concerning out in that area. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Loop out towards center field. Giving chase is Paxton Burke, and he makes an over-the-shoulder catch to end the inning. Really nice play by Burke for the final out. 3 up, 3 down, the Mustangs go. We're headed to the 3rd inning. The score is 2-1. Medford with the lead. You're listening to Roseburg Dr. Stewart's Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Top of the 3rd inning. Special thanks to our sponsor, Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call 541-459-1545. Taking a look at your D.R. Johnson Lumber Co. scoreboard update. 1 run, 4 hits, 0 errors for Roseburg. 2 runs, 4 hits, 0 errors for Medford. A Progressive family-owned company proudly serving our local youth. Come out and watch the Doc swing some lumber. D.R. Johnson making lumber since 1951. First pitch is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Logan Anderson, a young man that just won his 2nd straight state championship at Umpqua Valley Christian. The 2A, 1A title for the Monarchs. They won that at PK Park. And again, with the wind today, our camera has been pushed aside real quick. Try to get up and adjust that. 1 second. 2-0, Anderson fouls it away. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. All these probably one of the worst places to set up for a broadcast. You are definitely out in the bleachers. Got to run multiple extension cables and tie everything together. Just hope that everything sticks through. 3 balls and 1 strike after the pitch to Anderson. Here's the pitch. Anderson takes a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a full count to Anderson. Roundtree kicks and fires. Pitch is fouled back, and we'll do the payoff pitch once again. The camera is blowing off the bleachers at the moment. Trying to hold it together. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Up and inside, and Anderson has worked a walk. So now Cal Robbins coming up to the plate. Runner at first after the walk to Anderson. First walk issued by Roundtree, and Robbins swings and pops it up out towards the right side, and it's going to go out of play right behind us. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Robbins. Here's the pitch. Lined up the middle, and that's down for a base hit. So a walk and a single, put 2 on for the Ducks here in the top of the third as they trail 2-1. So really quick second inning, and now some more offense to start this third. Brings up Daniel Withers. Withers popped up to short his first time up. First pitch, and we'll have to wait for it as he throws back towards second base. Roundtree does. Back there safely is Anderson. Anderson wins some speed at second. Pitch is down low, and it looked like a bunt was shown, and Withers couldn't pull it back. Snowballs and 1 strike. Withers from Umpqua Valley Christian. Spent this past year at Umpqua Community College. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Pitch down and away, and it looked like Withers was golfing at it. No balls and 2 strikes in this 2-1 ball game. The Ducks have the tying run at second and the go-ahead run at first base here at Jim McAbee Field. Roundtree comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Withers goes down with it, as it's strikeout number 2 of the afternoon for Freeman Roundtree. A good response after giving up the base hit. Now Jake Johnson to the plate after the strikeout. Johnson had an RBI single in the first. The pitcher trying to help himself out in the top of the third. First pitch to Johnson. It's taken down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. So Johnson looking for a second hit and his second RBI and a chance to tie it and help himself out after giving up 2 runs in the first inning. 1-0. Swings and misses, 1-1. Johnson did a good job in inning number 2, a 1-2-3 inning. One. High chopper up the middle. Waiting for it is the shortstop Bloodworth. He fields, taps on the second base bag, and throws to first base to end the inning. Well, it's a double play to end the inning as Johnson grounds out. 1 left stranded after 1 hit in the inning. No runs and no errors. We're headed to the bottom of the third. The score is 2-1. Medford with the lead. You're listening to Roseburg Dr. Stewart's Baseball here on 541radio.com and the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the third inning, the score is 1-2-2. Special thanks to our sponsor, Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader, Flyaway Travel, and make sure you have an agent in your corner. You can call 541-672-5701. Special thanks again to the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Sponsor, let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Wind is really picking up. If you can see our camera right now, it is shaking. Again, if you're listening on the radio, we do have the live video simulcast up and running at 541radio.com. Camera just keeps on getting pushed out of place because of this wind as the first pitch is down and away. It's Easton Curtis leading things off. 1 ball and no strikes. I'll go and fix the camera in just a second. So Johnson out after a 1-2-3 second inning. The 1-0 is looked at for a strike. Good frame job by Robbins behind the plate. Really got it to stick with the home plate umpire. So 1-1 to Easton Curtis. He had a single and a run scored his first time up. 1-1 pitch. It's popped in the air out towards right field. In a few steps is Taj Flora as he squeezes the mitt and makes the catch for out number 1. 2-1 the score. It is Medford with the lead. The Mustangs, one of the winningest teams in Legion baseball, not only just in the state of Oregon, but across the country. First pitch. This is the zone. 1 ball and no strikes. So Jackson Rosenthal at the plate. He takes the pitch low. 2 balls and no strikes. So Curtis a fly out to right field for the first out. Rosenthal at the plate, and Keller Bloodworth is our blind man on deck sponsor and hitter. 2-0 pitch. Grounded towards the first base side. At first base, not fielding it is Wirtz as it finds its way into right field as it goes between the wickets. Throw goes to second. The relay not in time. A really close play. Bang, bang play. But at second base is going to be Rosenthal after the E3. It's the first error of the game for either team. Knox with 5 hits. Compare that to 4 of North Medford. Golly, the camera will not stay set. So, runner at second. 1 out. Pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. Johnson looks for second. Now comes to the plate. Pitch is popped in the air out towards center field. St. Clair back and makes the catch. Retreating back to second base is Rosenthal. 2 outs, runner at second. 2-1 the score in the bottom of the third. Up to the plate is Sean McFall. McFall takes the first pitch. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes. And the wind is certainly a factor this afternoon. Our canopy is just hanging on for its dear life. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. It's foul tipped into the mitt of Robbins, 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike in this 2-1 game. The Mustangs an opportunity is trying to stretch the lead to 2. Johnson looks back towards second, now looks back to the plate, back to second, now kicks in, fires. Pitch is popped in the air out towards left field. Coleman giving chase, a long run into foul territory, but he's able to get there and make the play for the final out. Well, 1 error, no hits, no runs, and 1 left stranded. We're headed to the top of the 4th inning. The score is 2-1. It is the Mustangs with the lead here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewart's. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Score is 2-1. It is Medford with the lead. We thank you for joining us this afternoon here at Jim McAbee Field. Doc Stewart's back up to the plate in the top of the 4th inning, trailing by 1. First pitch here in inning number 4 is grounded through the right side for a base hit. So it's a hit for St. Clair. Now Tanner Wirtz will come up to the plate. At the 6th hit of the game for the Dr. Stewarts. Wirtz takes a pitch for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1. Wirtz takes it down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wirtz shows bunt, pulls it back, and he's hit by the pitch. Ooh, that may have gotten him on the hand. He's going to take a second to try to walk this one off. And I think maybe they're going to say that it was an actual bunt. The home plate umpire just said that it was a hit by pitch. Wirtz is now walking his way to first base. 2 umpires are discussing this as we speak. So now Coach Sester is getting an explanation. Wirtz is at the first base side just trying to shake off his hand. Seemingly in a lot of pain. So Stewart is still talking with the umpire, giving him a mouthful. I think what's going to happen is Wirt's going to head back to the box. Going to have to swing again with St. Clair heading back towards first base. And I think that is the case. So it will be 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, it is certainly whipping out towards left field, and with that fire out in the mountains, it's not good. They say 1-2 as now Wirtz chops the ball to the right side. St. Clair was on the move. Picking up at second base is Painter, and he goes to first to retire Wirtz. Route number 1. So St. Clair a single now at second. 1 out, and Taj Flora stepping into the box. Flora, the right fielder, a strikeout looking, his first time up. And a no throw to second. Just stepping off the mound is Roundtree. Was looking to throw to second, but decided to hold it up as St. Clair easily got back in time. First pitch to Flora. Grounds it to the left side, past the diving McFall into left field. St. Clair gets waved, and he's going to come around and score. It's an RBI single for Taj Flora as the Docs tie the game at 2 in the top of the 4th inning. So Fletcher Coleman will come up to the plate, tie game. 2-2 after the Docs pick up their 7th hit of the game. First pitch to Coleman. Line drive to right field, a base hit. At second and heading to third is Flora. And now runners on the corners for the Docs Stewarts here in the top of the 4th. Still just 1 out as that's the 8th hit off of Freeman Roundtree, the starter for the Medford Mustangs. So now here's Paxton Burke, and for that, Johnny King makes a trip out to the mound, talk things over with Roundtree. Special thanks again to our on-deck sponsor, the Blind Man. If you're feeling the heat when you're on deck, contact the Blind Man, a Hunter Douglas County, Douglas Gallery dealer in Roseburg. They can help you with several patio shade options to beat the summer heat or design options for your home. Visit Blind Man Roseburg for more details. It's a unique sight, a photographer on the field walking from one dugout out towards the other. King is going to leave the mound. I believe that Roundtree is going to remain in the game. An opportunity for Paxton Burke with runners on the corners. Still just 1 out in the top of the 4th. The Doc Stewart's last inning, it was a double play to end a threat. The runners at first and second with 1 out. Burke looks to avoid that here. Burke gets into the box. Runners on the corners. 1 out in the top of the 4th. Burke so far a single and a ground out. Rather a pop-up. First pitch. Burke takes the pitch for a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Burke. Looking to go 2 for 3. Burke swings and fouls it away. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on this 82-degree day in the Rogue Valley. Roundtree nods his head, kicks and fires. Pitch way up and away. 1-2. Dr. Stewart's another competitive game for them. They've been in a majority of the games they've played in this season, but have not been able to pull off a victory. Looking to do that this afternoon in the doubleheader against Medford. 1-2 pitch. Burke swings and misses at a ball in the dirt. The throw goes down towards second. The tag is applied, and that's the inning. The go-ahead run is left stranded at third. It's a strike him out, throw him out play as Fletcher Coleman tried to take two, and that'll do it for the Stewies in the top of the fourth. We're now headed to the bottom of the fourth inning. The score is 2-2-2. You're listening to Roseburg Dr. Stewart's Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Bottom of the fourth inning. New pitcher into the game for the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's. Pitching changes sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Roseburg. If your garage doors are broken or just need updating, make the call to the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg for a change. They also provide full-service repairs. Visit overheaddoor.com. So the new pitcher into the game is Caden Rygard. Rygard comes in the bottom of the fourth inning. The score is 2-2-2. The Knocks able to take the lead, rather not take the lead, tie the game, I should say, in the top of the fourth inning, thanks to an RBI single by Taj Flora. Jake Johnson, his day is done after 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. Tristan Mallory is going to be coming up to the plate, followed by Grady Sickler and Keegan Painter, batters 5, 6, and 7. Mallory stands in. Left-handed hitter, bottom of the fourth inning. Facing off against Rygard, a young man that plays JUCO baseball out in Colorado, originally from North Douglas High School. Rygard fires in a first pitch that is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Blue skies out towards right field. Cloudy skies out in center. I guess I shouldn't say cloudy, smoky skies. 1-0 pitch. Grounded out towards the right side. At second base, Anderson Fields pump fakes for a second, and after the brief hesitation, he throws to first to retire Mallory. Brings up Brady Sickler. So Sickler into the box. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. First pitch. Sickler takes a strike. 0-1. 1 out and nobody on in this 2-2 ball game. Halfway through this game number 1 of the doubleheader here at Jim McAbee Field. 0-1 pitch. It is looked at for a strike. 0-2. Good start for Rygard. Big jump for him, going from 1A baseball in the state of Oregon to now jumping up to JUCO baseball in Colorado. The 0-2, it's a little bit high, 1-2. Rare Pacific Northwest baseball player, not playing in the NWAC. Playing at Lamar Community College in Colorado. 1-2 pitch. It is lined out towards left field. Coleman makes the catch for out number 2. Really, for Medford, they had the 2 runs and 4 hits in the first inning. Since that point, they've been hitless. 1 runner reached on a base last inning in the 3rd on a error. Other than that, not much going offensively as Rygard looks for a 1-2-3 inning. Keegan Painter into the box, lines it out towards center field. St. Clair comes in and makes the catch to end the inning. We're headed to the 5th. It is still tied 2-2 the score here on 541radio.com and the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. Well, in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. You're playing for all the past veterans who have served their flag, for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
Top of the 5th inning. Special thanks to our sponsor, Winston Auto Care. Don't strike out with your car troubles. Call Winston Auto Care at 541-679-8685. Your home team for auto repair for over 25 years. Also, Winston Auto Care sponsoring Springfield Drifter ticket giveaways all summer long. Coming up tomorrow on Thursday, every Tuesday and Thursday, we are giving away 4 pairs of tickets, rather 4 tickets total, 2 pairs of tickets. One on our Facebook page and the other one on our Instagram. All you have to do to get free tickets, just comment on our Facebook post or Instagram post, and you can get 2 free passes to go to a Springfield Drifters baseball game up in the West Coast League, a really fun summer collegiate baseball league out in the Pacific Northwest. Definitely want to head out to a Drifters game this summer. Again, special thanks to Winston Auto Care. 2-2, the score in the top of the 5th inning. It's the Ducks and Mustangs. Logan Anderson, Cal Robbins, Dan Withers, batters 2, 3, and 4. The heart of the lineup, presented by Floors by Design. First pitch is low, 1 ball and no strikes. Flooring is at the heart of every home, and Floors by Design is the premier location in Douglas County, offering the latest and greatest industry-leading manufacturers. Visit roseburgflooring.com for more information. 1-0 pitch is chopped to the left side at third base. It's Sean McFall who fields and goes to first to retire Anderson for out number 1. Cal Robbins will now step in after the 5-3 ground out. Nobody on and 1 out. Took a look in between innings. They say over 100 acres burning out in the upper Applegates right now, and that is that fire out in the distance. There is some evacuations happening out in that area. It's fouled away by Robbins, 0-1. It is fire season, so hopefully everybody stays safe this summer. Be on the lookout for wildfires with the warm weather. Although this weekend in Roseburg, it is projected to rain. 60% chance of rain on Friday, 70% chance of rain on Saturday, and another 40% on Sunday. Fly ball out towards left field, and it's gone! Cal Robbins clears it as the Ducks take the lead 3-2. Solo shot for Big Cal. 344 feet to left field, and he just got it in fair territory just right of the line as the Ducks have a home run to take the lead 3-2. Brings up Dan Withers. First pitch to Withers. Flies it out towards right field. Slicing foul, and Rosenthal watches it drop in the distance. Snowballs in 1 strike. Withers a pop up to short and a strikeout. Freeman Roundtree still on the mound for Medford. Delivers a pitch in for a strike. 0-2. A warm day in the Rogue Valley as Withers pops it up out towards the right side. Malary makes the catch. 2 away. Two outs, nobody on in this 3-2 ball game. It's the Docs with the lead. Special thanks to our sponsor, DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, as well as Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. First pitch is in for a strike to Caden Rygard. 0-1. Rygard batting for Jake Johnson. This is his first at bat of the game after coming in relief in the bottom half of last inning. Pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Roundtree comes set. The 1-1 offering. Breaking ball that drops in for a strike. 1-2. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. 1-run game. Docs trying to continue the inning in the top of the 5th. Rygard takes down low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Chopper right back up the middle, over the mound. It takes a funky hop, but at shortstop and throwing to first all in one motion is Keller Bloodworth. An impressive play by the shortstop to end the inning. Well, the Docs take the lead thanks to the solo shot by Cal Robbins. We're now headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Docs are leading 3-2 here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Dr. Stewart's. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Bottom of the 5th inning, the score is 3-2. Special thanks to our sponsor, Palm Wealth Management, a member D.A. Davidson and Company, member SIPC, as well as Southern Septic Service. Nobody sticks their noses in Southern Septic Service's business. Get a free, no-obligation estimate today for all your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com. Leading things off is Brady Patterson, the catcher for Medford. First pitch from Caden Rygard is a fastball that misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. So a warm, sunny day in the Rogue Valley. The Docs leading 3-2 thanks to the solo shot by Cal Robbins, just heading into his junior season. 1-0, it's grounded to the right side, and it eats up Wirtz. It's into right field, and that's another error for the first baseman. Second error today for Wirtz. That's the first base runner for the Mustangs since the third when it was also an E3. So the tying run is at first base, and it brings up Easton Douglas. Easton Curtis is on deck again. If you're feeling the heat when you're on deck, contact the Blind Man, a Hunter Douglas Gallery dealer in Roseburg. They can help you with several patio shade options to beat the summer heat or other design options for your home. Visit blindmanroseburg.com for more details. 1 ball and no strikes to Easton Douglas. This is the first pitch, missed down and away. It looked like Douglas was showing bunt. And he says it is a strike. So it's no balls and 1 strike. So Stair was arguing that it was a strike. The appeal went down and they get the correct call. So no balls and 1 strike. Reigard looks towards first, comes set, takes a breath, nods his head, and fires in a pitch for a strike. 0-2. Douglas flew out to center field, his first time up. Now behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Reigard shakes his head, delivers a pitch way upstairs, lost control of the breaking ball, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's high again. Bunt was shown with 2 strikes by Douglas, and he pulled it back wisely. Interesting strategy to try to bunt with 2 strikes. Two. Bunt shown again, and the pitch is high. Reigard, a little bit of frustration. Slaps his mitt. Just trying to locate the off-speed pitch. Three-two. It's popped up and out of play. Do the full count pitch once again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Outside, and it's a walk. So the tying run is now at second base. Go-ahead run is at first in the bottom of the 5th. This is a 7-inning game. Again, we're going to have game number 2 of the doubleheader coming up. If you're interested, you can find the interview that we had with Drew Camp earlier this past weekend. We just uploaded it on YouTube, so you can find that on our YouTube channel at 1490 The Score. If you want to watch that interview, we'll have more player interviews throughout the season. Easton Curtis is at the plate with 2 on and nobody out. Throw goes into center field as Reigard was trying to throw back towards second, and that's going to allow the tying run to come in and score. Over to second base is Easton Douglas, and now Easton Curtis has an opportunity to give the Mustangs the lead on another error. It's the 3rd error of the game for the Dr. Stewarts. And it's now 3-3 as Medford has tied the game without recording a hit. First pitch to Easton Curtis. It's high. 1 ball and no strikes. Curtis had the MSK True Value first hit of the game for the Mustangs. Make sure your summer projects are a hit when they stop by the MSK Family Stores in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 to Curtis. And now he's hit by a pitch. puts him at first base. So runners at first and second. Rygaard has just struggled in this inning after a 1-2-3 fourth inning. It's been an error, a walk, and a hit by pitch to start, plus the throw into center field on the back pick. And now A.J. Doolittle is out to talk things over with Rygaard, his pitcher. Doolittle, an assistant, once again for the Dr. Stewarts. So he is out there. Special thanks to our sponsor, Roseburg Country Club, established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. You can find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. Taking a look at your D.R. Johnson Lumber Co., a scoreboard update, a progressive family-owned company proudly supporting our local youth. Come out and watch the Docs swing some lumber. Dr. Stewart's making lumber since 1951. Each team with 3 runs, the Docs with 9 hits. Compare that to the Mustangs 4, but 3 errors for the Dr. Stewarts. So the Docs out hitting their opponent, just the errors. Free 90s costing them. So here's Jackson Rosenthal. He shows bunt, and he bunts it. Foul off the netting. 0-1. Rosenthal had an RBI hit his first time up in the first and reached on an error in the third. RBI is sponsored by Umpqua Bank. Whether it's great deals on investments, saving on loans and lines of credit, or personal banking with no overdraft fees, you can cash in with Umpqua Bank, member FDIC. Stop by one of their 6 branches in Douglas County in Roseburg, Sutherland, Myrtle Creek, and Canyonville. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch in and misses from Rygaard. He was really hoping for that call. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners in on the corners, and the pitch is high. 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike from Rygaard. Dr. Stewart's do have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. I believe it is Riley Cheney. 3-1 pitch. Up and away, and it's a walk. Bases loaded, nobody out. This inning has been an error, a walk, a hit by pitch, and another walk. 4 base runners and not a single hit for the Mustangs. Brings up Keller Bloodworth. Bases loaded and nobody out. First pitch. Bloodworth flies it out towards right field. Taj Flora comes in and makes the catch, tagging at third base, and coming in to score to take the lead for Medford is Easton Douglas. Easton Curtis advances to third base on the play as well. So runners on the corners, 1 out, but now a 1-run lead for the Mustangs. Brings up Sean McFall, young man from Eagle Point High School. Grounded into a double play in the first and flew out to the left fielder his last time up. First pitch to him, misses the zone. Throw goes back towards first base, and diving back there safely on the play is Rosenthal. 1 ball and no strikes. Bunt up the first base side. It's a pretty good bunt. Rygaard fields and throws to first and gets the out there. And scratch that. I think that Sean is going to be safe at first. So it's going to go down as, I think, an error. And it is another error, the fourth error of the game. It is now 5-3, still one out, and now runners at first and second. Bunt is shown, and it's pulled back. Misses. 1 ball and no strikes as Rygaard is just trying to get out of this inning. He is not allowed a hit, but he's allowed 2 runs and has 2 on. One ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. It's bunted out towards the left side. Picking it up is pitcher Rygaard. Throw goes to first, and the play is not made there. It's another error as it's off of Wirtz. It's the 5th error for the Doc Stewarts, and the bases are loaded. My goodness. It's been an airfield inning, and now for granted, you give a lot of grace to Rygaard in this situation. 5-3 the score. Bases loaded. 1 out. First pitch to Grady Sickler is in for a strike, 0-1. Snowballs and 1 strike to Sickler, a fly out and a line out so far. The 1-0 pitch. Fouled off. 0-2. Rygaard looking for his first strikeout. Pitcher still warming up in the bullpen for the Dr. Stewarts. Pitches inside, and in the scoreboard here they read 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 with the bases loaded. Grady Sickler looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Stepping off the mound is Rygaard. Jake Johnson threw 3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs. They all came in the first. The Mustangs still have, actually now up to 5 hits as the 2-1 is lined towards second, over the mid of Anderson into right center field. That's going to score at least 2 runs. Racing around third and in to score is Malari, as it's a 3 RBI bases clearing double for Grady Sickler. And the Mustangs blow this game open 8-3. So they have it 4 errors for the Docs and now 6 hits for Mustangs. So I assume Sean McFall is going to have a bunt single, and I think that's where me and them differ. So an RBI double to Grady Sickler, his first hit of the afternoon, brings in 3. It's a 5-run game after the Docs entered the inning tied. They took the lead in the top half of this 5th inning, and in this bottom of the 5th, it's been a lot of Medford, and it keeps pouring on. It's an RBI hit out towards right field by Keegan Painter as he's turning around first and heading to second. An RBI double. And the Mustangs extend the lead. It is 9-3. A 7-run inning for Medford. Sestero is coming out, and this may be it for Caden Rygaard. 6-run lead for Medford. Game number 1 of the doubleheader. An airfield inning, and I think this is going to be it for Rygaard. As Sestero comes out, and he's taking the ball from him. New pitcher coming into the game. Pitching changes are brought to you by the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg. If your garage doors are broken or need just updating, make the call to the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg for a change. They also provide full-service repairs. Visit overheaddoor.com. Well, a pitching change coming. We have some breaks to make up after we were unable to do the pregame show. So a runner at second base, one out, 9-3 the score. 1 minute timeout here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
New pitcher into the game for the Dr. Stewarts. Trying to get a number in a second. While we do that, it is getting close to the top of the hour, so we'll take 10 seconds for station identification. Bottom of the fifth inning, the new pitcher in the game is Tegan Sprague, a right-hander from Umpqua Valley Christian, class of 2027. So Medford still hitting. Brady Patterson back up to the plate for the second time in this inning. It's been a 7-run inning so far. Runner at second, one out. First pitch from Sprague. It's up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. So Sprague, one of those Umpqua Valley kids that won the state championship. Back-to-back state titles for the Monarchs. Pitch from Sprague misses away. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, game number 1 of the doubleheader. First league game of the season for the Doc Stewarts. They've been competitive in each of their games so far this season. Losing 8-2 against North Medford down here, although the Mustangs blew it open late in that game. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch is outside. 3 balls and no strikes. That one was at Harry and David Field. Their game against the Salem WellCare Dodgers was canceled. Lost 8-5 in game number 1 of the doubleheader against Portland. Lost game 2 4-3, and then lost the last one 6-5 against Fairfield on Monday. 3 balls and no strikes. Sprague looks towards second, kicks and fires the 3-0 pitch in for a strike. 3-1. 9-3 the score. It is the Mustangs with the lead. 7 runs in this bottom of the 5th inning, and still threatening for more with runner in scoring position at second base. Sprague fires in the 3-1 pitch high, and it's a walk to start for Sprague. Brings up Easton Douglas. He walked earlier this inning. 2 on and 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch from Sprague is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Been a bunch of walks in this inning as well. Walks and errors. Just a total of 3 hits. And times is called. 1 ball and no strikes. Sprague comes set. The 1-0. Outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And pitch is low. 3 balls and no strikes, so Sprague struggling. A 5-pitch walk and now falls behind. 3 balls and no strikes. We'll see if the green light is given to Easton Douglas, and it is not as he takes a strike, 3-1. So Sprague trying to get back into the at-bat. Three-1. It is in for a strike, 3-2, and he does work it full. Payoff pitch upcoming. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Sprague comes back down from 3-0 and picks up a strikeout to pick the second out on the board. Just one time through the order for Caden Rygard, 1 1/3. 2 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and no strikeouts. Is responsible for the runner at second as the pitch is up and inside, and nobody advanced. Easton Curtis was saying, you guys can go. They did not. So, runners at first and second. 1 ball and no strikes for Easton Curtis. Hit by a pitch earlier this inning. Came in and scored. One of the 7 runs in this inning. Pitch to Curtis. Takes it down and away. He checked the swing, and he did not go around. 2-0. Painter at third. Patterson at second. Throw goes back towards second. Scratch that. That is Painter at second. Sickler is at third. Nobody's at third. Sickler came in to score. Painter's at second. Patterson is at first. Pitch is low. 3 balls and no strikes. So runners at first and second. 2 outs. .30 pitch. It's looked at for a strike, 3-1. So Sprague has struggled to start ABs after falling behind 3-0 last batter. 3 straight strikes, picked up a strikeout, now 3-1. Pitch to Curtis. Line drive over the mitt of Withers at third base down the left field line. Coleman cuts it off in the corner. That'll score 1 run. Sliding into third base. On the play is Brady Patterson. Into second with an RBI double is Easton Curtis. As the Mustangs have stretched the lead 2-7, it is 10-3. 8-run inning and still going. To Patterson at third. Rosenthal coming to the plate. If he gets on base and scores in this inning, this game could be over in the bottom of the 5th inning, I believe, as there is a run rule in play, at least in league plays, according to my understanding. 2 in scoring position, 10-3 the score. The Dr. Stewarts were leading 3-2 going into the bottom of the 5th inning, but now trailing by 7, an 8-run lead. A rather 8-run inning for the Mustangs. And now a pitch that gets behind the catcher in Robbins, and that'll score another run. So it's now 11-3. Curtis advances over to third base, as in to score from third is Brady Patterson. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch from Sprague. Called to strike the letters. 1-1. Certainly an inning that the Dr. Stewarts want to forget about. Several errors, several walks, several hits, and tons of runs. Pitch is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The double by Curtis, just the 4th hit of the inning. It's still the 5th. 2-1. It's looked at for a strike from Sprague. 2-2 to the 2-hole hitter and Jackson Rosenthal. Rosenthal, RBI double in the first, reached on an error in the third, and then walked in the 5th. 2-2 pitch from Sprague. Bounces in. Robbins keeps it in front of him. Curtis stays at third base. Full count pitch upcoming. Here's the pitch. Line drive out towards left field. It's down in the alleyway, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Heading for second is Rosenthal. He's going to head towards third as the relay is not going to be in time. It's an RBI triple by Jackson Rosenthal. And the Mustangs have the winning run at third base. It's 12-3 after the 9th hit of the game. And I believe a base hit here by Keller Bloodworth would score the game-winning run, as I believe the Mercy is 10 runs after 5 innings, and after the 10 spot that's been put up. The 11th run could potentially end it after the Dr. Stewarts entered the inning with the lead. Pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. So the Docs trying to just keep this game alive. No balls and 1 strike. Sprague kicks in, fires. Pitch is fouled away, 0-2, and now looking for his second strikeout to get out of this disastrous inning. Bloodworth, a single, a fly out, and a sacrifice fly. The 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Line drive out towards left field. It is down for a base hit, and the Mustangs will win game number 1 of the doubleheader. They score 11 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning and come from behind after trailing 2-3. Entering the bottom of the 5th, it is a 11-run inning to win game 1, 13-5. So the Mustangs win the opening game after a disastrous 5th inning for the Dr. Stewarts. Well, we got the post-game show coming up in just a second. 3-minute timeout. When we return, we'll break down game number 1 here on 541radio.com and The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. You're playing for all the past veterans who have served, you're playing for the people who are still serving in the military, and it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
D.R. Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term.
Well, the final in game number 1 is 13-3. The loss is going to go to Caden Reingard. 1 1/3 inning, 2 hits, 8 runs, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. Really brutal. With the amount of errors that came in that last inning for Medford. They had a total of 11 runs in the 5th inning to come from behind down 2-3 to win the game in walk-off fashion thanks to the run rule. In that inning, a total of 3 errors plus the walks for the Ducks that they allowed. A total of 3 walks in that inning, so 6 free 90s, I should say, in that inning. You had a total of 4 hits, so 11 runs on 4 hits with 3 errors, 1 left stranded, although it doesn't really matter because the one that left stranded was the player Keller Bloodworth that had the hit to bring in the run. I think that maths. 1 strikeout for Tegan Sprague, and a third of an inning, he allowed a total of 3 hits plus 1 walk. 3 runs were credited to him. So the final score is 13-3. Our DR Johnson Lumber Co. scoreboard update. 3 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors for the Dr. Stewarts. 13 runs, 10 hits, 0 errors for the Medford Mustangs. Again, scoreboard updates brought to you by D.R. Johnson Lumber Co., a progressive family-owned company proudly supporting our local youth. Come out and watch the Ducks swing some lumber. D.R. Johnson making lumber since 1951. Game number 1 is in the books. The Ducks are now 0-5. On the season, the Medford Mustangs now 9-1. Really good start to the season for the Mustangs. And head coach John King, who is in his 2nd season last year, they had a first year after he took over from Nate Mabin, who was here for 13 years. King now is a head coach, 32-18-3. So the Mustangs win game number 1, 13-3. We got a lot of breaks to make up. From game number 1, we were able to take a few breaks with some pitching changes, but we do have an extended break in between games coming up. So game number 1 is in the books. Game number 2 should be starting in about 25 minutes or so. So we'll take a long extended break. We'll end the stream online. What that means is we'll have the 2nd stream up and rolling in just a second. Thank you guys for bearing with us today. It's never ideal out here at North Medford High School. Here at Jim McAbee Field, but we were able to just get on air right before first pitch. It wasn't the smoothest, but we were able to make things work, and hopefully the Ducks respond in game number 2, 13-3, the final in game number 1. Special thanks to Dale Cranford, our producer back in studio. He's still going to be with us for game number 2, so don't go anywhere. Again, if you are listening on the radio, you can head over to 1490 The Score on YouTube or online at 541radio.com and watch the live video simulcast. Again, we're going to have game number 2, the stream, coming up in just a second. Again, if you want, you can also subscribe on YouTube at 1490 The Score. We have a ton of live sporting events in Roseburg, mainly Roseburg High School sports, plus the remainder of the Dr. Stewart season that we have on our YouTube channel. We also got to call some other games as well, including some Umpqua Valley Christian games on their postseason run. And so you'll definitely want to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We are Douglas County's home for sports. 13-3, the final in game number 1. We'll take a long time out and get you set for game number 2 here at Jim McAbee Field on 541radio.com and the Score 92.3.